First thing I did was I found the top of my paper, put my finger next to the edge, and went down 4 fingers, and then I made a line that went all the way across my page. Now at the bottom, I'm going to go 3 fingers up from the bottom edge, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to make a little dot at the center. So find the center of your page, go 3 fingers up, and then make a small little dot. I'm using Sharpie, but I suggest using pencil first. Then I'm going to make my nose, which is a letter V to start with, and the point of my V is at that dot mark that we made. Then I'm going to make a small curve and then small semicircles for the nostrils inside my nose. And I decided to go ahead and color these in now, but you can do this later. Make a line that goes down for the underneath the nose where it separates. And then I'm going to make the 2 curves of the mouth. I think I made mine a little too big. I suggest making yours a little smaller than mine, but because I'm using Sharpie, I can't erase. I'm going to make a curve now under the line that we did, and I added some hair texture to make his mouth look a little fuzzy. Now I'm going to make the sides of the snout. So from the very end of those 2 curves at the bottom of the nose, I'm going to go upwards a little bit past where the nose stops. And I'm going to do that to either side. If you want, you can trace it with your finger before you start drawing with pencil, just to practice the motions. And then I added some small dots for the spots where the whiskers grow. Now I'm going to make the top part of the snout where it kind of leads into the face. And this almost is like the nose going into the tiger eyebrows. So it's going to curve from the nose up, go past that end of our snout, and then go almost to the top of your page, but make sure to leave a space at the top and at the sides. Now for the eyes, I'm going to make curved lines, kind of the same curved motion I did for the top snout eyebrow thingy line. And then underneath those 2 curves, I'm going to make the pupil and the iris of our tiger eye. And those are just circles, and then I added some small highlights inside my pupil, and then I colored in those areas that I wanted black to be black, but you can do this later if you want. I am now going to connect the corner of my eye to the bottom of my iris pupil circle, and I'm going to do that for the side corners and the inner corners, just making a straight line to the pupil. Then I'm going to extend that curve that I did just a little bit on each of the corners of the eye, just to give it more of that cat eye shape. And then I colored in some of the areas of the eyes around the pupil. Usually you would think that this would be white, but I was looking at the pictures of tigers, and around the eyes it was actually a dark brown or black. And so I'm just touching up a couple things in the eyes, and then I added a little bit more black by the inner corners to make that cat eye look even stronger. Now I'm going to add an ear to each corner just by making it upside down V shape. And then I'm going to curve from one ear to the other. Now I'm going to go from the side of the mouth, and I'm going to curve out and up to meet the bottom of the ear. And your tiger might look a little funny, but it'll definitely look better once you start adding the stripes. Now I'm going to make the inner part of the ear by drawing a line, and then it's very fluffy inside the tiger's ear, so I added some more of that fur texture lines. But if you wanted to just close off the ear with another line on the other side, that's fine. And tigers have a little bit of a mane, so I added a little bit of that fur around the chin, almost gave it like a little beard, so it could have that texture, that furry texture. Alright, now for the stripes. So the big thing with doing the stripes is symmetry. What I do on one side, I want to do the same on the other. So this has linear symmetry. If I drew a line down the middle, both halves would be about the same. So I'm going to draw my stripes, I'm making kind of like a zigzag line that's really kind of close together, almost like a little scribble. But you could draw out a stripe and make it solid. I wanted to keep that furry kind of look. But what I'm doing on one side, I copy on the other. And I noticed that tigers don't really have that many stripes on their mouth. They usually have them on their cheeks, forehead, and close to the eyes. And that's about it. And then at the top of my paper, I wrote Year of the Tiger to celebrate Lunar New Year. And tigers are a symbol of power and strength, so I thought it would be a nice touch. And then I erased my line that divided my paper. Alright, when you're done with your drawing, you can pick out whatever colors you want. I decided to stick with just tiger colors, so I did oranges and peach and some pink for the nose, and I found a picture of a tiger that had like these light green eyes that was really pretty. So those are the colors that I chose to do. And so I just layered some of the colors together with my brush markers, and then I went over it with water. But you can use crayons, colored pencils, whatever you have to work with, and can't wait to see what you will make.